Hey everybody. Okay, so this is part 2 of yesterday's haul video. So if you haven't seen part 1, you may want to go back and watch that first. But you know what? Really, it doesn't matter because this is an entirely separate thing. It really has nothing to do with that except for I just couldn't fit everything in that video. So let's get started then. I'm going to start with a couple of brushes. I've actually had these for a while, but when it comes to brushes, I really like to test them out, play around with them for a while before I talk to you guys about them, because then I know what they are best for in terms of, you know, application. So I bought a couple more of the E.L.F. Studio brushes. I love these. They are $3 and they are fantastic. I mean, I have brushes that cost a lot more than $3, and these are better. I have some E.L.F. Studio brushes that I've had for a long time, so I can tell you that they hold up over time. They don't fall apart. They don't shed. They're just awesome. And I can't say the same thing about some of my other brushes that are in that price range. Actually, they're a little bit more. My Real Techniques brushes, while I do really love some of those, they have fallen apart on me, and then I try to super glue them back together and they fall apart again, so haven't had good luck with some of those that I've had for quite a while now. But the E.L.F. brushes, I've had them for a long time and they don't fall apart on me. They're really well made, $3 a piece. So anyways, I got the small stipple brush, which looks like this. And what I like to use this for, or what I find works best for this, is if you have some really pigmented blushes, like NARS for example, these are really good for stippling blush exactly where you want it on your face, like for a NARS blush. If I have a blush that's not as pigmented, I'll use a different brush, but that's what I find this is perfect for. So loving that, great brush. Also, I bought the E.L.F. contour brush. And what I like to use this for, this actually can be used for a lot of different things, but see how tiny this is? And the shape of it, it's like rounded off. What I like to use this for is if I want to, sometimes I like to take a really light colored eyeshadow and just put it like right in that corner there. And I did that today. I don't know if you can see it. I have like a white in there. And then, so I can apply it in there and then I can just blend it out a little bit with the same brush, and it works great for that. But you can also use this brush to place your contour shade in the crease. You can blend it out with that, but I find it's better for placement. I would rather use a different brush for blending it out. But yeah, either one of those things this is great for, and I wasn't really sure when I got it. I was like, am I really going to use that for anything? But it ended up being much better than I thought it was going to be, especially for that inner corner thing. It's just the right size to get right in that small area. So love those two things, highly recommend them. I haven't had a dud with the E.L.F. Studio brushes. I've got a bunch of them now and I love every single one of them and use them all the time. So great bargain. Okay. Next, oh, and did I tell you where I bought those? I bought those at Christmas Tree Shop, but E.L.F. brushes are available in, you know, a few different other places, but that's where I got them anyway. Next up is Walgreens. Walgreens has the Wet n Wild Fergie stuff on sale this week for $2.61 for, I don't know if it's all the stuff is that price, but I got a lipstick and a nail polish. Never tried any of the Wet n Wild Fergie stuff before because I had read some bad reviews on it, so I didn't really want to pay full price and then have it not be good. So I picked up one of the nail polishes, and this is called LA Pride. gorgeous purple. Haven't used this yet because I've bought a lot of nail polishes recently, so you can only test out so many at a time unless you change your polish every day, which is not good for you, so don't do that. Because I used to, that's why I'm saying that. So this is just really pretty. It's like a bright luminous purple, and I hope that this is going to be okay. But this I found in the clearance bin. This isn't even one of the ones that are in the existing line, but really, really pretty. LA Pride, it's called. And then I bought one of the lipsticks, and pretty packaging on this, huh? And this is called VI Pink. And this is a light pink color. And this didn't work for me. When I applied it, it was really dry and it showed every single line in my lips. And I don't feel like I really have any more lines in my lips than anybody else does, but it was not good. Didn't really look pretty. Pretty color, but yeah, just something about the texture of it. It's I don't know, I guess it's a matte. It doesn't really look like a typical matte to me, though. It looks like it might be semi-matte. Is there such a thing? But yeah, it didn't really work for me. And, you know, for $2.61, I don't think I want to go back and return it because, you know, it's kind of a small amount to bother with the return. I hate returning things, but sometimes I feel like I should because it kind of makes me mad that something I'm not going to be able to use it, like that. In the last video I was talking about that CoverGirl Lip Slicks tinted lip balm. I mean, I paid $4 and change for that, so I feel like I should return it, but I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Okay, next up is Kmart. Picked up some things at Kmart, and some of these things I didn't like, and I was looking into like maybe returning some of these things, but then I looked at their return policy online, and it says that you can't return opened used cosmetics to Kmart, so I guess I'm stuck with these things. But anyway, some of them, you know, are workable. Some of them I like, so why don't I just tell you? First thing is this Rimmel Metal Rush Polish, and this is a duochrome, and I think it's a limited edition collection. It was on, you know, one of those special displays, like in a special area, and I put this on my nails, and I hated it. First of all, it didn't apply well. Second of all, I don't like the brush. I've never had a Rimmel polish that looked like this before. It kind of looks like the 60-second nail polish bottles, but I've never tried those, so I don't know if it's the same formula or not, but I don't like the brush. It's kind of cut like unevenly, or it's cut like at an angle on the sides, and it's got, I don't know, it's got a weird shape to it, but I didn't like the formula. I didn't like the way it looked. I mean, it's really pretty in the bottle, but it looked like kind of flat and different when it was on, and it didn't dry very fast either, and it got all messed up when I started like trying to go about my life. So I didn't like anything about this, and I was so disgusted with the whole thing that I just took it off my nails completely and started over with the last polish that I had been wearing before today, which I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, I don't recommend this. I would not purchase any more of this, and it doesn't even have a color name anywhere on the bottle. It just has a bunch of numbers, and I don't know which number is the color number because there's 3 different sets of numbers on here. So, but it's like a purple and green duochrome, and had high hopes for this, but didn't like it. Wouldn't recommend it. Okay, next, also from Kmart, I bought a Jordana blush. never owned a Jordana blush before and figured I'd give it a shot. This is number 32 Rose Silk, and that's what it looks like. And let me swatch it for you. I don't know, can you see that swatch? This was okay, but I wouldn't recommend it. I've got lots of blushes that I like way more than this. It's, I don't know, it's alright, but it's just kind of blah. I don't know. I just didn't like it. The pigmentation was okay. It could have been better. I found it kind of difficult to blend this. It's like when I put it on, it just wanted to stay where I put it. I was trying to blend it out and I couldn't really blend it that well. The color is pretty, but I don't know. I wasn't really that impressed with it. I've got so many other blushes that I like so much more. Next up is what I'm wearing on my lips, and I find that whenever I go to the store, I always end up over at the Revlon lipstick section. You know, they have like this massive display of Revlon lipsticks, and there's so many pretty colors, and I have all the lip butters, but I don't have a lot of their regular lipsticks, and so I find myself picking one up every now and then because the colors are just beautiful. So this is Pink Pout. It's number 002. It is a matte formula, which, you know, sometimes I avoid the matte lipsticks because they're dry, but this is kind of like a MAC matte. So if you don't have a problem with MAC matte lipsticks, then you would probably like this because it's dry, but it's not so dry that it's going to cause you problems. And let me swatch this. Beautiful color. It's just, it's a beautiful pink. I'm not really sure exactly how I would describe this pink, but it's just a really pretty pink lipstick. And I like it a lot. I do have the Revlon Crystal Lilac Colorburst lip gloss over it, so that may have altered the color a little bit, but I wanted to give it a little bit of shine because I don't like just matte lipsticks on their own. I don't like that flat look. So this gave it just a hint of shine. So that is a thumbs up on the Revlon lipstick. Next up is the Milani Total Lash Cover Mascara. And I didn't like this. I'm very, like I said in yesterday's video, I'm very fussy when it comes to mascara, and never tried a Milani mascara before, so I figured I would give it a go. But on the package, when this was in the package, of course this was in the tube, so I couldn't really see what the brush looked like except for what was in the picture on the package. On the package, it looked like it was going to be a smaller wand, and as soon as I took it out of the tube, I was like, oh great, because I have found that 90% of the time, if it's a large wand, I don't like it, because it just, I don't know, just doesn't work well for me. So that is the wand. It has bristles that are different lengths on different parts of the wand, and I used the ones in the middle to do the bulk of my lashes, and then I used the ones that are shorter down by the tip to do like the inner corner and stuff. And I felt as if the bristles in the middle, when I did the bulk of my lashes, didn't really deposit anything, and my lashes didn't really look like they had mascara on them. And then when I used the shorter ones to do like the inner corner and the lower lashes, it all clumped and caked up, and I did not like this at all. And if I could, I would definitely return this, but like I said, I guess Kmart doesn't let you return used cosmetics. Next up is Rimmel Wake Me Up Instant Radiance Shimmer Touch in the color 002 Radiant Rose. This is a highlighter, cream highlighter, and I had never seen these before. I think they're a new product. But yeah, I had never seen this. I've never seen anyone talk about it. So I figured I would give that a go. And let me swatch that for you. Okay, so that's the swatch. And this doesn't really show up. I used it as a highlight one day and I couldn't really see it once it was blended in. So then I got the brilliant idea one day of using it as a blush. I was like, okay, let's just use it as a shimmery blush then. And I couldn't really see it then either. I don't have any highlight on today, so why don't I put some on for you, do like a live demo thing here, and you'll see what I mean. So for highlight, I usually just, you know, kind of dot it across the top of my cheekbones and then blend it a little bit. So, I don't know, can you see it? I can't really see it. So this is really subtle. So I guess the best way to use this, or the best person that could use this, would be somebody who doesn't really like highlighters. If you just want something really subtle, it does come in other colors, but I've learned from experience that pink highlighters work best for me because of my skin tone. So yeah, I guess you can see it a little bit, but it's really, really subtle. So I don't know. I wouldn't repurchase it because, you know, if I'm going to use a highlighter, I want to be able to see it. I want it to show up. I guess I could probably layer this and just keep putting more on, but that, I don't know, that seems kind of ridiculous to me, but I guess it's okay. I mean, it's not a horrible product, but it's just very subtle. But yeah, I can't say anything about the other shades that this comes in. It might be different with the other shades. Maybe they would be more noticeable. I don't know. But I probably wouldn't repurchase it because, you know, it's too subtle, I think. However, I did mention in my last video that I've gotten 2 shades darker, so maybe that's the problem. Maybe when my tan fades and I go back to being pasty pale, maybe then it will show up. Yeah, that might be what the problem is. Okay, so went to Sally Beauty Supply. My membership there had expired a long time ago, and I don't know, I just didn't find that I was going in there that much. And then I decided I wanted to buy some disposable mascara wands in case I wanted to do someone else's makeup besides my own. You know, that's something that you kind of have to have. You don't want to use your own mascara on somebody else. So I remembered that they sold them, and so I picked some up and renewed my membership to Sally's. So that's what they look like. It's just, you know, disposable mascara wands. And you can get a whole package for $3. So I figured, you know, that would be a good thing to have. And the brand, in case you're looking for it and you want to get some, is called Face Secrets. So yeah, that's a good thing to have on hand for $3, you know, if that way, if somebody comes over and you want to do their makeup, then you can do that. Okay, next up is nail polish, and let's see. The nail polish that I have had on in the last few videos is Orly Frolic, and it's just a beautiful purple. How would you describe this? Fuchsia? I'm gonna go with a deep fuchsia. Sometimes colors are hard to describe. So that's what I've had on in my last few videos. And what started me on this whole Orly thing, because I'm gonna show you more in a second, is I had picked up Fancy Fuchsia one day, which is what I had on in my videos before this one. And I remembered how much I loved Orly polishes and fell in love with them all over again. And usually, not always, but usually, especially on these cream ones, you can get away with one coat, and that's awesome. That saves so much time, And you have less problems if you can only use one coat, because the more coats you put on, the more likely it is to get messed up and it takes longer to dry, yada, yada, yada. So I already had a bunch of Orly polishes, but I hadn't bought any in a long time. So when I got Fancy Fuchsia, I was like, yes, why did I stop buying Orly polishes? So, and that was another reason why I renewed my membership to Sally's, because they have Orly and it's a lot cheaper if you buy it there than it is if you buy it at other stores that carry Orly. Anyway, so I bought the Fancy Fuchsia, I bought the Frolic, and then they have a new collection out called Surreal. So I kept going to Sally's and I was like, you know, do you have the new Surreal collection anywhere? And they didn't know what I was talking about. I hate that. And it's not just Sally's, it's everywhere I go. If I go to Ulta and ask them about something that's coming out that's new, they don't know what I'm talking about. If I go to Sally's, everywhere you go, it seems like they don't know about things like we do. You know, when I say we, I don't mean YouTube beauty gurus. I mean just people who are really into makeup. You know, they read everything and they know about stuff before it's hit the stores, and unfortunately the stores themselves don't seem to know. But anyways, didn't mean to go off on a little rant there, but it's true. So anyways, the Orly Surreal collection is out. I kept going to Sally's, I kept going to different ones and calling, and I don't know, they, as far as I know, they still don't have it. But I was at Ulta one day and I said, oh geez, I'm just gonna get a couple of colors from that, and then maybe I'll get more at Sally's when it hits there. Because it has been out at Ulta now for 1-2 weeks. So the first time I saw it at Ulta, I didn't buy anything because I wanted to wait till it hit Sally's. Then the second time I saw it, like a week later, I was like getting nervous that I wasn't going to be able to get any of these colors. So anyway, the one that I have on my nails is called Purple Poodle, and it's sort of a magenta purple. And look at, it's, okay, first of all, it's a jelly finish. Have you ever had a jelly polish before? It's a very weird consistency, kind of hard to apply. And this is 2 coats. This is not a 1 coater, this is 2 coats. And I was kind of disappointed. I mean, I like the color on, but on it's like a raspberry, and it does not look like what it does in the bottle. So I was kind of disappointed because I wanted it to look like this, and it doesn't. Because if you look at this in the bottle, it's like a magenta with, there's some shimmer in there, and it looks like maybe a bright blue shimmer or a purple in sort of a magenta base, but it doesn't look on like what it looks like in the bottle. So I was kind of disappointed with that. And then this one here is Pixie Powder, and this is a light purple finely milled glitter. And I saw pictures of this online, and it looks like it had almost a duochrome effect to it, and I don't see that at all in the bottle, but the swatches that I saw, that's what it looked like. So even if it doesn't have that, this is really, really pretty. And then there's a couple other colors that I want to get too, and if I find those or if I get them, I'll show them to you when I get them. But I'm going to keep stocking Sally's and see if I can get the other 2 colors that I want there because it's cheaper. There are 6 colors in this collection altogether. There are 2 colors that I don't want because one of them, I have a bunch of polishes that look like that. And the other one, yeah, same thing. There's 2 colors that I don't want because I already have a bunch of polishes that look just like them. So yeah, when I find the other 2 that I want, I'll show them to you. So that is part 2 of my haul, and now you can see why I could not do this all in one video. It would have been ridiculously long. And that's it, guys. That's it for today, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.